What's up guys, back with another video, and today's video is the first episode of Ask Me Anything. This is a series where you leave questions down in the comments section and I answer them via a YouTube video. If you have any questions that you would like for me to answer, be sure to leave them down in the comments section below. And the first question comes from John M. Geeky Tech 13. When will the iOS 7 jailbreak come out? The exploit is currently being worked on with a couple more kernels to be ironed out. Steady progress is being made. And as far as Apple's latest version of their software, iOS 7.04, you are able to upgrade and the jailbreak will still work for you. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can be notified. I will be one of the first people to have up an iOS 7 jailbreak once it is released. Next up, Urchinator asks, do you think Windows Phone will ever become as large as Android or iOS? I think Windows phones certainly have potential, but the current problem with the Windows Phone is the app selection. Though apps are regularly being added, I don't think they'll ever catch up with iOS or Android. And simply because the demand from app developers isn't there. So app developers, once they develop an application, they simply release it to iOS and Android and usually don't worry about any other platforms. For instance, when a new app is released, it is usually released to iOS and Android. And the last platforms to receive the application, if they even receive it at all, are usually Amazon, Windows, and BlackBerry, which makes the want to create apps for those platforms almost obsolete. Next, Brishan Neal asks, what are the top 5 headphones to use for producing music and to use in a home studio? Instead of giving you specific models, I'm going to give you a few brands and go ahead and explore them and find out which headphones and which exact model are going to be suitable for you. I would highly recommend Sony headphones, Beats headphones, Audio Technica, Sennheiser, and I highly recommend Bose headphones. Now I've made a few videos reviewing different headphones here on the channel. I'm going to go ahead and leave them down in the description. Be sure to check them out and hopefully it'll help you out with your buying decision. Connor Furlong asks, do you prefer a jailbreak for iOS or Android? I definitely enjoy jailbreaking and rooting my phones. Custom tweaks and ROMs give you that sense of having a whole new device. I'd have to say that I prefer jailbreaking iOS more than rooting Android. And I think the main reason for that is that Android phones come with a lot of options already stock out of the box, where Apple is kind of a closed system and closed UI. So when you open the UI via a jailbreak, it does offer up a whole new experience, or a bigger whole new experience in my opinion, on an Apple or iOS device than it does by rooting an Android device. Next, Tony Starks asks, what kind of computer do you use? For browsing the internet and responding to emails, I usually use my 13-inch MacBook Air. If I'm watching videos or gaming, I'm usually on my Apple iPad Air. And if I really need to get work done like creating a document or editing videos, I usually do that on my 27-inch iMac. Next, Max Cal Seb Levy Teebs asks, how long have you been making videos and do you have any tips for starting and getting successful? I have enjoyed making videos ever since I got my first video camera. I started uploading videos to YouTube in 2010. I actually started off with a very low-grade camera and eventually worked my way up to a Canon DSLR. As far as traveling down the right path and becoming successful on YouTube, I would say the first thing that you would have to have is passion for making YouTube videos in general. And although it may sound cliche, it is definitely the truth. Success on YouTube takes a large amount of work and extremely large amount of dedication. You need to be able to provide a steady flow of creative and relevant content on your channel. Sunny Days Stink asks, why isn't battery tech improving in phones? Tablets and computers get better, but it seems most smartphones have around 1400 milliamp batteries. Now the smartphone category itself is always changing. Now before the iPhone in 2007, if you had a phone, it mainly made calls or simply made text messages. And yeah, you could probably get away with the occasional snake game. However, the battery life was excellent. Now moving into today's smartphones, it's a constant battle for companies to enhance their battery and yet enhance more features on their smartphone as well. For instance, once a company is successful at adding a lot of features, they do notice that they want to add more battery life because those features are sucking up the battery life. So they tend to add more battery life. Then once they do that, they figure, now that we have more battery life, we can add more features. So it's a constant circle of adding features, then adding more battery life, then adding a better display, adding more battery life. So you can see how it's constantly evolving. And the other answer would be simple mathematics, and it is how thick and wide the smartphone is. You can only fit in a certain size battery with the components that are included inside of the smartphone. So in order for a company to increase their battery life, they have to either increase the size of the phone or they have to decrease the size of the components inside of the phone. And the smartphone battery life scenario has been proven to be a challenge with even the biggest companies in innovation, including Apple. Anyways guys, that's going to do it for me on this one. If you have any questions that you would like for me to answer in a further video, be sure to drop them down in the comments section and I'll try to answer them on the next Ask Me Anything. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, now's a great time to do so. Be sure to drop a thumbs up down below. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.